one general law leading to the advancement of all organic beings, namely, multiply, vary, let the strongest live, and the weakest die. Charles Darwin. One should admit that no culture, society, religion, science, knowledge, or cult is perfect. There is always room for improvement with more information and newer generations. This is why we dress, speak, and behave as we do now, rather than how things were a few centuries ago or how they will be 100 years from now. Transformations will occur, but in some societies, religion has become more important than even the welfare of its citizens. It is to say that religion is irreversibly intertwined with politics. Yuval Noah Harari, in an interview, said, "Most information is junk. It is fiction and delusion and lies, and there are three reasons for it. First of all, the truth is costly, whereas fiction is cheap. You want to produce a truthful account of an economic crisis, of history, of whatever it is, you need to invest time, money, effort in doing research, analyzing. If you just write the first thing that comes to your mind, it's cheap. Secondly, the truth tends to be complicated because reality is complicated. Fiction can be as simple as you would like it to be. Jon Snow wanted to investigate what causes cholera. Not only did he have to invest a lot of time and effort, but the actual process, all there is these tiny microbes in the cesspool, and they get into the drinking water, and then they get into your body. Very complicated to understand the pandemic. If you just believe, it's witches that are casting a black magic on us, that's very simple. Most people prefer simple stories. And the last thing, the truth tends to be painful sometimes. Not always, but often, the truth about us, personally or collectively, is unattractive, whereas fiction can be as attractive as you like it to be. Yuval Noah Harari in an interview. Causes of fixity, anxiety, and selfism. Two primary factors contribute to mental rigidity. First is the anxiety associated with change. Change is difficult to embrace because it introduces uncertainty, which the mind struggles to tolerate. When we face change, we cannot predict its immediate or long-term consequences, making it far less comfortable than the status quo, with which we are familiar and relatively at ease. The unknowns of change, whether they might affect us individually or have implications for our families or society, are daunting and unpredictable. When one person's anxiety is shared with another, this apprehension grows. In groups, this can escalate into a collective state of unease or even irrational behavior. Imagine the impact of 100 people feeling the same anxiety. It can turn into a mindless frenzy where reason is eclipsed by fear. The second factor is selfism, the instinctive attachment to what belongs to us, an object, a person, a thought, a tradition, a belief, or a religion. Because it is ours, we naturally consider it reasonable and valuable. Critiquing or discarding one's possessions or beliefs can feel like self-betrayal, even a form of self-insult, which the mind is programmed to avoid in its drive for self-preservation. Our mental structures lean toward continuity and preservation across time and space, with change posing a perceived threat to this stability. Selfism allows individuals to establish a sense of identity and be recognized within their community. Suppose someone changes too quickly in their beliefs, possessions, or relationships. In that case, they may risk alienation or mistrust from others, jeopardizing their social standing and, in some cases, even their survival. In a modern civilization mosaic of cultures, races, religions, and ever-evolving technology, anxiety and selfism become hindrances rather than assets. Anxiety around change can lead to resistance against progress, fostering narrow-mindedness instead of openness to diversity. Similarly, selfism promotes attachment to one's beliefs, often at the expense of empathy and understanding, which are crucial in a globally connected world. In such a complex, interwoven society, clinging to rigid mental structures constrains individual and collective growth, obstructing the adaptability needed to thrive amidst constant change and diverse perspectives.